Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, I will be breaking down the photo mode in Assassin's Creed Origins on the PS4. I'll go through the settings, explain what they do and how you can use them. I'll conclude the episode with a few examples and with some tips on how I created those images. Okay, so let's get into the photo mode on Origins. Right, to enter the photo mode, you have to do L and R sticks together to click in, that will enter it. The left and right sticks, once you're in the photo mode, move the camera. L1, R1, what does that do? Tilts the camera. Tilting is good for creating a sense of movement, dynamism or surrealism. L2, R2, zoom. That's good for making small adjustments to your framing. I wouldn't use it at first. Wait until you've framed it. Use the zoom to go in, go out. Helps you out there. X button takes a photo. Circle button backs out of the photo mode. The D-pad, you can use that to offset the camera. So up, down, left, right, it just changes where you are. Good for little adjustments. If you press L3, hold it down and then use the R stick, that will orbit your character. Basically, it anchors the camera to your character so you can't go further away, but you can go around. L3, if you click that, it goes into edit or composition mode. We'll go into edit mode after this. And if you hold down R3, that will reset all of the stuff you've just done. Right, edit mode. Firstly, what have we got? If you use the left stick, that changes where the focus ring is. That's that circle on the screen. Whatever you move it over, that will be what's in focus. So whether it's a character, whether it's the background, whether it's an object. In this mode, you can use the right stick, left and right, to change the value of the below settings. L1 and R1 switches your filters if you want to add a filter. Not many options, but a few there. Okay, so we've got the settings of edit below. We've got what, 7. Depth of field, that relates to focus. So you change that. Obviously you do the focus ring first, then you do depth of field. How much is in focus? A lot less. So you just play around with that. Exposure. Exposure raises the brightness without affecting shadows as much. Or you can lower the exposure a lot to create a fake nighttime feel. Vignettes, that's like a shadowy border around the edges of the image, with the idea being to draw your eyes to the center. So if you're centrally focusing your character, vignettes are a good thing to use. Temperature, one end is warm, one end is cold. Obviously, if you're doing a warm sunset, you might want to bump it up a bit. If you're doing a nighttime shot, you might want to go blue, so use it appropriately. Tinting, similar to temperature, except it's green and purple. Honestly, I rarely use tinting, to be perfectly honest. I just don't really see the point because I don't feel like it makes much of a difference. It's not like you ever get too much green or purple in your image, so you can use it a little bit, but again, it's a bit superfluous. Saturation is next. That's color. Take it out, black and white, put it up to maximum. Looks ridiculous like pop art. Just use it to add a little bit of saturation, a bit of color. Then we've got noise. Noise, I use noise a lot in photo modes because it just gives it a little bit of grittiness, a bit of texture, a bit of detail. It's not too clinically smooth, especially if it's a game about an old world experience like Origins, for example. Okay, so that's the mode. What are my thoughts? Well, it's the standard Ubisoft style, good settings, but perhaps there are a few things that they could have added, I like the edit functions, nice variety. Filters, they're not great. And where's the fun? Where's the fun elements? What happened to fun in photo modes? Where's the fun? Stickers. Let's have some stickers, please. Come on, Ubisoft. They'll probably charge you for them. Yeah, £10 for 12 stickers. There you go. But yeah, generally, decent mode. Scoring 8.5 out of 10 for the photo mode. So yeah, not bad. Beautiful game though. Like the game world, fucking hell. Amazing game world to take pictures of. It's just the abundance of beauty in it is fantastic. You just got to have a bit of patience and play around with it. Right, let's have a look at a few examples of photos I've taken. I'll talk you through the process. So here we have a really lovely sunset or sunrise. I'm on a felucca sailing down the Nile. You've got the sun coming up, you've got the reflection of the sun on the water, and the sun obviously bringing all that light into the sail. That's what drew me to it. What did I do to this? Well, obviously you can probably tell I bumped the temperature up to make it more warmth. Added a little bit of grain because there's a grittiness to it. Probably contrast, I would say. Maybe add a bit of color, or maybe I think I might have taken some color out and put the temperature up. I think that was it. And it's just finding the balance with the exposure and everything like that. There's a tiny vignette on there you can probably see around the edge. There's not really a lot of editing. That's really just an example of finding the right framing, the focus. You can see the water in the foreground is slightly misty, slightly blurry. Just, you don't want it too crisp. And the background is also slightly blurry, but not a lot, just a touch. Right, next one, pyramids, camel, bayek, sepia. So what did I do? Well, I think I used the sepia filter, I would imagine. Took the color out, grain, just sort of played around with the light levels. But that again is another simple example. I used the camel on a high dune because then you don't get any crap behind the character. You just got the pyramids, they're slightly blurry. You're looking over there, the camel's looking at it going, what's that? Again, it's just like a sort of atmospheric before shot, like before you go to the pyramids, using sepia to create that kind of old vintage feel. Next one, this is just a statue in the game, again, using focus, so really blur the background out, take all the colour out, use black and white, grain, and then you want like the silhouette to stand out. So again, it's just playing around with the edit settings to get that, and the framing, eye line 2/3 up, even though it's a statue, treat it like it's a person. You know, frame it like you would framing a person. Last one, here we have bayek. This is just central focus. I didn't do vignetting on this because it was daylight and it just looked weird. So again, using the architecture. So standing in an archway, kind of between all these sort of hieroglyphs and stuff. Nice outfit. Washed out. I took a bit of color out, added some grain, you know, because it's not really snappy color, is it? I've just desaturated it a bit because sometimes that can give it a sort of nice washed out feel. And there you go, that is a few examples. Hope the video has helped. Hope you've understood the settings and given you some ideas. Let me know your thoughts, drop me some comments, like, subscribe, become a Patreon, send me some stuff on Twitter, and yeah, I will come back with another episode soon. So thank you for watching. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Cheers.